Well, this one, I just wanted to put out some video of just kind of going through Alaska. Now, if you know anything, there's one race that's indicative to Alaska, and that's the Iditarod. So, I'll just put some video here of kind of the stuff you would see on the kind of the scenes you can see in Alaska. This isn't actually the actual trail. So here is a portrait to Allen's incredible journey. This is to Henry T. Allen, led one of the most epic journeys in 1885. He explored a lot of this. He came up from Nantucket, went up through here, including this valley. That is St. Elias Mountain, I believe. It could be that one or whatnot. The park is, I think, St. Elias National Park. Just look at that view. Absolutely gorgeous. Tells of the telegraph line. Down there is the Ganunda, something like that, river. See it running. I mean, obviously it's fed by glaciers, and it'll run off, and it will have a salmon run, and obviously in September, the bears will be swarming the river because the salmon will be coming up it. But it talks about the telegraph lines. That they originally laid a telegraph line, the military laid a telegraph line here down through the river in order to aid communication with some of its more northern and western outposts in the late 1800s. Well, what ended up happening is it was also started to be used for miners and people who were prospecting for gold. What ended up happening is that the gold rush was so furious here that the miners soon dwarfed the amount of communications that the military was sending, so the military had to set up its own dedicated telegraph line because so much of the business was being used and so much more profitable to inform people what was going on with the gold rush. Whew! The U.S. Army explores the wilderness, mainly for the gold rush. Trying to find a way into the interior of Alaska. So I guess this is what people really think of Alaska. Look at that. Look at that scenery. Really do get to see a lot here. Just look at this here. All the scenery. I wonder if you could see any creatures kind of running around down there. I can't. Maybe if I review the footage, there might be something. Breathtaking. But let's keep on moving. Look at this ride, and more to come. Gotta love it. Back there I saw a moose and her calf crossing the street. I'll have to look at the video, see how much I can really zoom, how accurate this camera is. They're a ways away. From here you can kind of get a view of the glacier that's there. This is Long Rifle Stay. They've got a nice little telescope for public use. Look at that. What a view. Right here. There's a bunch of these places right here on the glacier. It's like I want to say like an hour from Anchorage. It's beautiful. They even have a cafe, so you kind of got everything right here. If you want to stay. Look how great that looks. Put that on a postcard. This is right all near that. Up there's the glacier. But, oh, spectacular. The river's all gray because of all the silt and mud it's picking up along the riverbed. This whole area is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, there's so many lodges and like places to stay, RV parks, camping areas. Just absolutely incredible. I mean, you really, it's hard to want to leave. I mean, really, and like you just would love to just stay here and just sit out and just like marvel at it all day long. But eventually, I would get to the Iditarod headquarters and take a nice little tour. They even allow you to hold the dogs, the puppies. I know what you're thinking. What says Alaska? Well, really, think about it. Nothing says Alaska like the Iditarod Trail. It's probably the actually most difficult race there actually is. And this is the headquarters. I wonder if they're open. Yeah, they're open. The National Historical Trail designated by the Congress of the United States for the steward of the South, blah, 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 blah. Became a lifeline for diphtheria serum to be carried to Nome during the epidemic of 1925. Here's the display. There's a 30-minute movie. I don't know if I'm going to watch it. Oh, let's see here. Since 1973, they've been doing this to the race, all the dog racing. 2018, 9 days, 12 hours. Is that the fastest ever? Looks like it. Oh, nope, 9 days, 5 hours. All the winners. Togo, intelligent creators born. Oh, this was a dog on the original run. This dog was born in 1975. He's the world record holder. Jeez, I don't know. Seems kind of creepy to me. That's the Iditarod Trail. Cool. Well, mostly there's not much there. There's a gift shop. But the creepy one is they have these stuffed dogs. I'll just explore around here. Please do not climb on the statue. Obviously gotta go visit dogs. I mean, that's a must. Oh, dear puppies. One chewing on the fence. Here you go. Who's your cute little doggy?
You can take them out and hold them if you'd like.
Oh, sure.
When we do a process we call harness breaking, where we actually put them in a harness and watch how they react.
Oh, okay.
This one might be a little bit calmer.
A little bit more calmer?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a little... Huh. Well, you've been getting into something here. You stink.
Oh, we're wrestling around, so I'm sure they were rolling around and everything. Yep, and that's what's going on. That's why everybody's so wound up.
Smitter. Say hi to the camera. Oh, that's sure perky.
At 11 weeks old, though, that's what we expect.
Yeah,
lots and lots of ruffles.
Lots of
Yep.
Yeah, I remember nothing in my house being that safe.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You put down the things that you don't mind that they chew. You pick up the things you don't want to be chewed.
Yeah.
It's called fucking up.
What exactly are the rules with the Iditarod? I mean, is it like, can you have as many dogs as you want?
Nope,
or?
you can only start with up to 14 now.
Okay.
2 years ago, you could start up to 16. The original, you could start with 20.
Yeah.
Back in 1973, the first race.
This year was the first year, 14.
Yeah.
Why are they changing
How
it?
many did we have that one year? Remember when I
That was 20.
And we had them all tied to my pickup, and they were pulling my pickup backwards. And then remember when we first took off, they jumped over you and got all tangled.
That was 20. Was that Connect 200 or Iditarod?
It was Iditarod.
That would have been 20.
Yeah, it was a shitload of them.
Why'd they decrease the number?
They just have, there's a lot of power for one person.
Oh, okay. So 20 dogs is just...
Yeah.
And they're not carrying the weight that they used to back in 73 when they had to take all their supplies with them. Now they're pre-freighting them out to the checkpoints. And they
Oh, okay. Okay, so now it's... Okay.
you don't need all that horsepower now.
Okay.
People are starving.
Yeah, a couple walkers going by.
Yeah.
So, the Iditarod Trail. This is awesome. Like, those dogs had actually been on a race on the Iditarod. They raced last year. They are the training dogs. They're old, and so they're out of their prime, so they can't win the race, but they're used to do training for the pups, the up-and-comers. Oh, whole lot to learn on the Iditarod.